Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum, built for business by American Express.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. From your morning podcast to your afternoon playlist, State Farm knows you personalize your entire day. And that's why State Farm helps you personalize your insurance with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It offers coverage options that help protect what you care about most at an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
This is a silhouette matching the gown that she, as an example of the gown that she would have received, but hers, of course, was different, but I just bought it so that you can see.
Okay, that's a size
product.
0.
Yeah, this is a sample size.
Okay, 0's not a size, it's not a sample, it's a lack of size. Wait, I never get to touch anything, give me that.
Oh.
I'd like to just see it. Thank you.
This is the plaintiff, Denise. She says she hired the defendant, a custom dressmaker, to make her a dress for her New Year's Day party. And when she called to get the dress, the defendant told her it'd be ready on December 31st. How can this woman deliver a dress to her the night before she needs to wear it? What if it didn't fit or needed alterations? She told the defendant forget about it, but the woman refuses to return her money, so here they are. She's suing for $500, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Sarah. She says the plaintiff came to her a few weeks before New Year's, so she told her she'd have to be flexible on the delivery date because the event was so close and it was going to take her some time to complete the garment. The plaintiff paid her for the fabric on December 22nd, asked to pick it up on the 28th, and when she told her there was no way to make the dress that fast, she freaked out and demanded her money back. The plaintiff broke the agreement, and she owes nothing. She's accused of a dress mess. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $200, the cost of canceling 5 dress consultations today to come to court.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Denise, you are suing Sarah and her company for $500, $228, an amount that you paid for a dress deposit, $160, a ticket you paid for a party you didn't go to, and the rest in pain and suffering to bring you to $500. You're counterclaiming $200 for 5 dress consultations that you could have done today instead of coming here. Have I got it right? All right, Let's talk to you first, Denise. What happened?
I initially was introduced to Miss Sarah by a coworker, and the event was New Year's Day. It's the party called Chic. I talked to her about a day before December 7th.
On the 6th,
Yes.
about whether she could make a dress for you.
Yes, and she agreed that she could make the dress. I said, are you overbooked? I know there's an event coming up New Year's Day. And she says, no, I'm not overbooked. And she says, I can do your dress. So the initial official text messages we started was on December 7th.
Right.
About
So when did you pay the
dress.
deposit?
I paid the deposit to her on December, I believe, 22nd.
Okay, that's the official. When you pony up the dough is the official, because otherwise she can't start making your dress. So you bring a deposit, and when's the fabric picked out, and when do you meet? When do you decide on the dress? Like, when does that happen?
Well, initially before the deposit, we had already been discussing about the fabric, about she did
Did you
swatches.
pick out the fabric and show her what you wanted?
She picked it out.
Okay, and then when do you say, yes, that's what I want?
December 7th.
Okay, and then when are you supposed to bring her the deposit?
Well, she sent me she says you have to wait for the invoice, which I waited for the invoice.
And when did you get the invoice?
Friday, December 21st, I said, I'm still waiting for the invoice. And she said something happened with my email. It didn't generate the invoice. So then she sent me the invoice in which Saturday, December 22nd. I paid her for the
Okay, so then what went
deposit.
wrong?
What went wrong is the communication between Sarah and I.
Why?
Until Saturday night, she didn't respond to me Monday morning saying, well, you were scheduled for December 31st pickup.
Okay, so Saturday night, which is December 29th, she tells you you're scheduled for a December 31st pickup. And what do you
Saturday
say?
morning at December 29th at 11:30 that morning, I said, okay, can I come pick it up today? She says, no, your dress is not ready. So I said, okay, when? Because New Year's Eve, I cannot make it New Year's Eve. You can't just give me one day and say, well, you have to be here one day, and I'm paying you as a paying customer. That's not being flexible. And she said nothing until Monday morning of December 31st.
Of December 31st?
Yes.
And what was it she said?
She says, well, you were scheduled, good morning, you were scheduled to pick up today on my calendar. I couldn't have you pick up sooner as I have to schedule orders based on deposit payments and ordering time. I can process a partial refund or garment credit because the fabric has already been purchased and cut.
And she sends you that text on what day?
Monday, December 31st, 9:37 a.m.
9:37 a.m. So the dress wasn't ready at 9:37 a.m. You hadn't made it yet.
No, she canceled the dress on December 27th. She canceled the order.
What was the reason that she canceled the order?
She said that there was not enough communication between us.
Do you have texts?
Yes.
May I see them?
Do you
Is that
wanna
the
see
dress?
Yes, this is
Did you
the
finish
dress.
it? You ended up finishing it?
No, because I'm going to resell it, which is the reason why I offered her a partial refund or a credit back, being that she canceled the dress.
Okay, let's see what you got there, though.
This is a silhouette matching the gown that she,
that's
an example of the gown that she would have received, but hers, of course, was different, but I just bought it so that you can see
Okay,
what
that's a
final
size
product.
0.
Yeah, this is a sample size.
Okay, 0's not a size. It's not a sample. It's a lack of size. Wait. I never get to touch anything. Give me that.
Okay.
I'd like to just see it. And
Thank you.
oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Was this the dress?
Well, she never fitted me.
I understand. I know.
No, this is just so you can
No,
see what
that's
it would
not
look
the
like finished.
dress.
This is her.
That's also not?
No, that's not the dress.
I presume there would be something underneath it. And so what's
this
the one
is-
that actually has to do with her?
Yeah, this is the one that actually has to do with her. So this is what the dress starts off as.
Okay, and what is
And
that?
then
That's the
this is
slip?
spec sheet. Yes. So
Is
these
that
are
the part that would end up
diamonds.
being the slip?
Yeah, the spec sheet. These are the diamonds that will go on the dress. This is for the trill, the feather trimming that she chose, and this is the actual fabric. So this is the cut
Can I see
pieces.
that?
Yes.
From here, it looks like velvet.
Yes.
Okay, so hers wasn't going to be see-through, it was going to be velvet.
No, it was going to be velvet, yes.
Okay. Is that looking more like what you picked out?
That's not what I wanted.
No, it's not. It's a cut piece version, being that she canceled her order on the 27th.
Okay,
and
so
I
do you
offered
have a
her-
picture of what she wanted?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the picture.
And this is my personal SketchUp.
Oh, there's a lot of skin going on there. So according to you, you pay the deposit on the 22nd. And what communication do you have with her after the 22nd?
When I paid her on the 22nd, I didn't even know that she received my money because she wouldn't even answer, talking about she was with another client. I'm like, did you receive my money? It takes her hours and hours just to look to see if you received somebody's money. I mean,
Yeah, but if everybody wants her to take time out of what she's doing, then she can't get that dress
Well,
done.
she didn't take time out for me because I never even been to her house to be fitted. So I was
Okay.
excluded from all her time.
Okay, so here's what's going on. You want her to find out if she got your money. She tells you, I told you I checked it last week on Friday. I haven't checked it yet. I'm in a fitting. I cannot check or discuss it now. When I'm finished with the client, I will confirm with you. That conversation takes place on December 27th at 12:28. At 8 p.m., she says, hi, did you check and see? And you send her proof that you got it. She says, okay, everything's great. This is what? December 28th? Everything's fine? Saturday, December 29th. She texts you and says, I'd like to set up your fitting and pick up. Okay, when? Can I come with my friend? No, because your dress won't be ready today. So tomorrow, I can't come Monday. And she doesn't hear back from you. And then on December 29th, at 10 o'clock at night, because she hasn't heard back from you, she says, hey, please cancel the dress because this is really last minute and the communication's been really bad and I would like a refund. And you still don't answer her on the Saturday night and you don't answer her on Sunday. and it isn't until 9:37 on the Monday that you say, you were scheduled to pick up today on my calendar. I couldn't have you pick up any sooner as I have to schedule orders based on deposit payments and ordering time. I can process a partial refund or a garment credit as the fabric's already been purchased and cut, as stated on the invoice. Your refund will be $90. It'll be processed the same way it was sent via PayPal in 3 business days. So, how much had she paid to you by the time things broke down?
She paid me $225. It says $228 because PayPal charged her a $3 fee.
Okay, so is that accurate? It was $225 had been paid total by the time things broke down. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. And then the rest would have been paid if things hadn't...
When she picked up,
Right,
yes.
got it. So on January 5th, well after New Year's, I would like the material that I purchased. You say, my PayPal is having issues, so I'll need another way to process the refund, and the dress is complete, so you'd have to buy the dress. So she says, what am I paying you for? You bought the material. You told me my dress wasn't ready. If it was complete, you didn't respond to tell me it was ready for Sunday because I told you I can't pick it up on New Year's Day. You don't answer at 8:11. This was a disaster. You gave me a schedule to come in for a fitting. I did everything on my end. I paid the deposit, kept in communication. You took on more than you can handle. I need my refund back. You barely texted back, taking hours to do so. You canceled your order. I think you were probably grateful that she canceled her order. I think you were in the weeds. Why don't you answer somebody who asks at 12:30, well, when's my fitting? Why did you ignore her all that time?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So does the dressmaker have a right to say, look, you didn't come in until 9 days before New Year's Eve. I will give it to you the day of New Year's Eve?
I think she has every right to say that. I think if she said it wasn't going to be ready until the day of the party, it won't be ready until the day of the party.
What do you say?
I think it depends on how long the dress is going to take to make. If they determine that it's going to take too long when she purchases it, then the...
But it's too, that's the question, is too long the day of the party? She said, look, I worked hard, I'll get it for you on New Year's Eve.
No, it should, if it's ready on the day, it should be ready on the day.
Well, it was ready on the day, or would have been. The question is that day good enough going inside the courtroom?
I was looking to find her a slot. I didn't want to give her...
Why did you just say that? I'm looking to switch you with someone.
Because at that point, I was not only creating garments for her, but for her and people that
And thus we get to the part where you don't have 4 seconds, which means that maybe you bit off more than you can chew and you were delighted to have her cancel.
No.
Well, that's kind of how it sounds. If you can't take 4 seconds to give her the date to be fitted and, you know, for all that, that's a problem. And that's a you problem. That's not a her problem. She was fine with everything on the Saturday, the 29th. She was actually fine with it still then. The only thing she didn't want was pick up on Monday. So just answer her and say, okay, I'm going to try to switch you with somebody. Stand by. I'll let you know. Why is there no communication until 10 o'clock on the Saturday before?
Because at that point in time...
You didn't have 4 seconds and all that time?
Her and her friends were texting me in a certain manner, and they all were communicating with each other, so it seemed like...
We all wanted our dresses.
They all were communicating with each other, so it seemed like, okay, now I need to process this response before... Because once I answer one person, then the next person comes in, so I was waiting until I had a strategic schedule to set everybody in a slot.
Okay, but that's fine. But see, when a question for a judge is who breached on the timeliness issue, that was a strategic call you made. But here's what I've got on that end, radio silence. So you can call it a strategic call, and I understand that. Mm-hmm. But let me just suggest to you that as a businesswoman, you should at least answer the text. If somebody's being antsy and somebody like, I walked in here thinking she's antsy, blah, 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 but you know, when she reaches out to you and says, well, I can't pick up on the day of the party. It's a Monday and it's New Year's Eve and I can't pick up that day. So tomorrow? And there isn't a, no, you can't pick up tomorrow. Your dress won't be ready. There's nothing all day. And then there's nothing even when I tell you at 10 o'clock at night, look, we're going to need to cancel because I'm getting no communication from you. You don't even say then, look, we don't need to cancel. Hold on. I can have it ready for you by 10 o'clock tomorrow. Nothing. There's nothing until 10 o'clock in the morning on the day of the party. Did you end up going to the party?
No.
Well, then shame on you, okay? Shame on you that you didn't end up going to the party, okay? Because this dress isn't the party. The party's the party, okay? So either I don't believe you that you didn't go, or you didn't go and shame on you. Which is it?
I did not go. I didn't have a dress. This event is for custom dresses. This is why I spoke to her in advance. If I would have known that she wasn't able to...
You think I'm going to make her pay your party ticket? I'm not gonna make her pay your party. If you didn't go, then shame on you. If you didn't have a backup dress, or if you didn't just go with something you already had, it's a New Year's Eve party. It's a celebration.
Not fair to me.
You're not a model. You're not selling a dress. You didn't have to have a new dress. You wanted a new dress. But choosing not to go when you paid your deposit and we're doing all this on December 22nd, I can predict this stuff's gonna happen. You know, you think about, if this is such a big deal that you have to walk in wearing couture, worry about it in October, you know? No, I'm not gonna make her pay you, but I can't believe you didn't go. Do you know if she went?
No, I wouldn't know.
Now, you're suing for $200 for 5 dress consultations. Can you explain your counterclaim?
Today I have consultations for prom and other garments. Being that I have to come here today, I have to miss those appointments and refund the customers.
You told me to take you to court.
Don't talk to her directly, ma'am. I understand that sometimes people are unreasonable in their demands. You saw that I was first telling her, well, she can't drop it and she's in the middle of a fitting. I get that. I think that you mishandled it, though, because she deserved some answer on the Saturday before the party. She deserved an answer on Saturday night when she texted you at 10 o'clock because you'd ignored her all day. And she certainly deserved an answer on Sunday. So when you say, well, she canceled her order and the breach is on her, I'm not sure that I buy that. So I am going to order you to return the $228, including the $3 PayPal thing, as well as her court costs. That's my verdict. On your counterclaim against her, the premise of that would be that she's wasting your time taking you to court. She just won, so she's not wasting your time. So 0 on your counterclaim. $228 verdict for the plaintiff.
So the plaintiff gets her money back, and Sarah, the defendant's come in. Would you agree that you let the ball down by not responding to her?
Yes, I did not respond to her. However, I offered her a garment credit as well as a partial refund back, and she accepted and then reneged.
Well, I mean, she doesn't want it. She wants her money back.
Right. So she got her money back today.
You got to get it back. Okay. You probably should have responded. Okay. Maybe you've learned from this.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right, Denise is on her way out of the courtroom. You know, I just wonder why everybody texts so much. Why not just call? Did it occur to you to pick up the phone and dial her number?
Well, you know, this is the age of texting. We did talk, but we did more texting than talking over the phone.
I mean, maybe you could have pushed her to get it ready.
Right. In hindsight, yes. Yeah. I definitely would do things differently.
Yeah.
Okay. And would have pushed her and pushed her.
Did you miss a good party?
Yes, I did miss a good party. I didn't go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No dress, no party.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, magic words. Time is of the essence. Write those words when it really matters to get something on time. It will mean something in court. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case are the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Hope Flanagan. She says the defendant, her former boyfriend, who she planned to marry, owes her money for things she purchased when they were still together. Now her ex is back with his old girlfriend, living a life of luxury, using her bed and the furniture she purchased, and she hasn't been paid back, so she's suing for $4,960.29, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Michael Pendergrass. He says he still loves the plaintiff and doesn't really know what happened to their relationship. She said he spoke too loudly, but if he would just change your tone a little, she would take it personal. Bottom line, he paid her credit card charges for 6 months, doesn't feel he owes any more, and thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of stiffing an ex.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says her former boyfriend is stiffing her on furniture and other stuff that she bought for him. And to add insult to injury, he's using this stuff with his new girlfriend. But the defendant says he still loves the plaintiff. It's the case of no love with a love seat.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Hope
ma'am.
Flanagan.
Yes,
You are suing your former boyfriend, Michael Pendergrass, for $4,960.29. You say he owes you on numerous things you bought for your apartment with him and that he has. Tell me what's going on.
We met in July of 2018.
How'd you meet?
On Facebook through mutual friends.
Uh-huh.
And it was love at first sight. And then we moved in August of 2018.
You moved in with a guy you'd known for how long?
A month.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Do you do that often?
No.
Okay.
No.
How'd it work out for you?
We broke up in December.
Oh, so not too well, right? And did you move from somewhere?
Yes, ma'am. I moved from Georgia.
You didn't just move in together. You moved from one state to another state to move in together.
Correct.
So you move in together, and?
I acquired household furniture and items.
Didn't you have stuff?
No, I did not.
Well, where were you living before that?
With my parents.
Okay. Had you never moved out? You never had your own stuff, or you just didn't at this time, or?
I was married before.
Oh, okay. And then what happened?
Well, it was a volatile situation.
What was a volatile situation?
He has jealous rages.
He does?
He does, because of his previous marriage.
Okay.
So, and he was going through my phone and causing problems. So.
How was he causing problems?
He was accusing me of cheating.
Okay.
When I wasn't cheating. I found a friend that I was friends with in high school 25 years ago. And we were talking about our old high school friends, but there was no cheating involved whatsoever. But that friend crossed the line by saying some things he shouldn't have said.
Oh, you mean he found some nasty texts or something?
No, yes.
Oh, okay. So he gets mad, and then you guys break up. Tell me about the furniture. What happens? Do you move out of the apartment?
I did, yes, in the first week of December of 2018.
Okay, did you take everything with you?
My clothes. I didn't have anything to bring my furniture with.
Did you ever say, hey, I want the furniture?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then how long do you live there after the breakup?
She moved out first week of December. I stayed December, January. I just moved last week from the apartment.
Okay, now according to her, you bought everything on credit. You didn't have any cash to buy anything. And why didn't he buy stuff?
I do not know.
Because we're just in such a hurry to play house, right? That we have to set up a whole place. In fact, you bought a fireplace, like a portable fireplace.
I did, yes.
Right? Like one of those, like, you know.
He picked it out.
Oh, that's lovely. But you put it on your credit card,
I
right?
did, yes.
Right. So according to you, you have like $5,000 in debt now.
Yes.
And he has everything because you have nowhere to put it, right?
Exactly.
All right, so where's the stuff?
In Leesburg, Florida, where I moved to.
So you took it with you to the next place?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right. So now tell me about your defense. Let's talk about the stuff.
Okay, when I lived in Georgia, I had my own apartment, had my own everything. She asked me, why bring all that stuff? Just sell it, and we'll start fresh. I don't want something some other woman's been, or some other woman's had. So I sold everything, moved here.
What'd you do with the money?
We got the apartment with the money.
Okay. Who was paying the rent?
I did.
How much was the rent?
$1,200 a month.
And why didn't she pay any rent?
Because she's a woman. It's not the woman's job to pay the rent. It was mine.
Oh, wow. God bless you. All right. So because of her genital parts, she doesn't have to pay any rent. You hear that? I want to make sure everybody heard it, in case you suckers were paying rent in places that you were living. All right, so you didn't pay rent, so she wants you to pay off all of her balances because, according to her, you owe it. Why would he owe it? Because of his genital parts?
So is it ever okay for somebody to move in with somebody they're romantically involved with a month after they meet?
It depends how much you love each other.
Really? Does it depend on how much you love each other?
No, I say I wait at least 3 months.
Even that? I'm going to go back here. What do you say? How long should you be waiting?
I have no idea what the question was.
Okay. Hey, it's noisy out here. Going inside the courtroom.
He has all the furniture with him and his girlfriend that he got back together with.
Oh, when did he get back together with his girlfriend?
In January.
Okay. But in the month of December, did you ask for any payment or anything back? It wasn't until another girl started using it that bothered you?
I went over to the apartment in January with my cousins and was
To do what?
With the trailer to get my furniture, and I called him, asked him if I could get my furniture. He told me that I'm not getting anything, that he paid for everything.
What's the deal with the furniture? What's your defense? What's your response to the things she said?
There is no defense. I haven't. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Leave it sitting there in the apartment? I just wasn't there the day she come to get it. I even told her a couple of days before I moved, I said I had it all piled up, sent her a picture of it, all taken apart, the sectional sofa, bedroom suite and everything sitting in the middle of the living room floor. I said, I don't want it. She said, neither do I.
Let me see that.
I don't have that
I
text.
need that. What is that? Where was that? If you can show me that, you're home free. Not only are you home free, you own it all, ironically. But so I need to see how she abandoned it. Where did she say that? By text?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you should be able to get it. Why can't you get it?
Because, like she says, I do get frustrated. First thing it seems like available to me is my phone. So I threw my phone and busted it. But if she'll just stand on the honor system and answer honestly.
Oh, let's try the honor system. Did you tell her you didn't want the furniture?
I told him if he pays for the debt, then he can have the furniture.
Okay, so there we go. Now how are we going to prove it? Do you have the text in your phone?
I do not.
Why not?
I don't have.
Did you throw your phone too?
No.
Well, why can't you just show me your phone and the text?
It was verbal. I told him he can have.
He says that there was a text.
There wasn't a text.
Can I see the text between you and him?
I don't have a text. I told him verbally he can have.
So are there balances on a bunch of credit cards? This is what this stuff is. It's fascinating.
And the interest
What's the
rate's
finger
what's
hut
killing
stuff? So we know what the bed is, and we know Big Lots is the sectional. Anything besides the sectional?
The recliner and the dining room table set.
All right, all that's the stuff we're talking about, right?
Correct.
Yes.
All right, so what's on Finger Hut and what's on the Capital One credit card you want paid off?
The Finger Hut is the fireplace and the DeWalt drill set.
And what's the Capital One credit card?
The Capital One is all the pots and pans, the linen, the necessities.
You couldn't take that when you left? You couldn't take a linen?
The truck was full of my clothes. I have a plethora amounts of clothes.
Okay. So do you have the Capital One credit card bill so I can see how every last bit of the amount you're asking was stuff that you left behind? Do you have all those pots and pans and all the stuff she's talking about? Did you ever make any payments towards any of this stuff?
Yes, the whole 6 months we was together.
Is that true?
No, ma'am.
He didn't make any payments on it?
He made some. There's 3
Then don't
payments.
say no.
highlighted.
How many payments did he make on this stuff when you were
3.
together? Okay, show me what he paid. Do you have any proof of what you paid in those 3 months?
No, ma'am.
How'd you pay it?
I'd give her the money. She put it in her account to pay it since.
How are you ever going to prove you paid it then?
I can't.
Oh, and as far as the electric bill is concerned, will you hand my bailiff while you're looking through that, the electric bill? Can you show it to Mr. Pendergrass? And let me ask you, was it your job to pay the electric bill, or was it your job to pay everything based on your genitals? Okay, all right, so.
We don't need that?
No, I guess not. So you are agreeing to the electric bill?
Yes, ma'am.
And everything else, you're saying, hey, I've never kept it from her. She can come and get it whenever she wants. What's your answer to that? He's making it available for you to go pick up. Assuming that we organize it through Officer McIntyre, so it's not going to be you show up or somebody plays games or whatever else. We'll set a date, time, and place. What would be the problem with that? That would be a perfect way to resolve the case.
But being that him and his girlfriend been on there and whatever they've done, I don't want it. I want the debt paid.
Well, that's unfortunate because that's your only option, and I'm going to tell you why. You go out and you spend $5,000 on a guy you met a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And then you leave with no game plan on taking your furniture. You just leave it behind. Now you come and sue a few months later and say, he used it in the meantime, and now I don't want it. Well, guess what, princess?
That's
tough. See? Because that's your option, is to go get your furniture. You see, your option was to take your furniture with you.
Right.
You didn't do that. And now to say, well, I didn't do that. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So now we have a whole new plan and you got to buy all the furniture from me is not in the stars. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to order the defendant to pay the $209.17 in the electric bill because he says that's his to pay. And as for everything else, we're going to make arrangements with Officer McIntosh for the furniture to be picked up by you. So you will pay for the pickup, you will pay for the transport. It's your furniture and you can keep on paying for it. And consider yourself lucky that you didn't pay rent for 6 months and you got at least 3 payments made on the furniture by Mr. Pendergrass. All right. Good luck, folks. That's my verdict.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff is going to get the furniture back and the electric bill. You're going to pay that too. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
You said you still loved her? You still liked her?
Yes,
or is
sir.
that over?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You still care for her?
Yes, sir.
But you don't know what happened with the relationship?
No.
It's a
Just
big
went
mystery,
south.
huh? But you got another one on the side here right now you're involved in, right?
No, we ain't gonna get into all that now.
Really? Okay. You're not going to talk about that?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, look, thank you very much. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Flanagan, this is very interesting. You're going to get the furniture back, but you said you don't want it.
That's fine. I'll still get it. It's nice furniture.
Will you use it?
Yes, I'll use it. I'll sanitize everything. I'll just get a new mattress. That's fine.
Okay, all right. Everything else okay now?
Yes.
You satisfied?
Yes.
You didn't seem too well prepared in there, but
Well, I tried. I was nervous.
you were nervous?
Yes,
Really?
yeah.
Okay, calm down. It's over.
I
Okay,
know, yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
It's
Thank
all
you very
good.
much.
Thank
Good luck
you.
to you. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, just a weird ending to this case. The defendant actually drove the furniture over to the plaintiff's place, so the plaintiff got the furniture back. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Jacqueline Fields. She says she sold her deceased husband's Pride and Joy 1969 orange Chevy Camaro to the defendant, and he still owes her money, refuses to pay, and she has no other choice but to sue him. That's right, she's not going to let him get away with stiffing her like that, and is suing him for the $430 she's still owed. This is the defendant, Joseph Allen. He says he likes to tinker around with cars and paid the plaintiff in full for the old beat-up Camaro. Turns out the plaintiff gave him the wrong title on the car. So the car was either stolen or she tried to pass off a title for another car on him. He has no idea why this woman's suing him because she got her money. He had to give the car to someone else, and he owes her a big nothing. Thank you very much. He's accused of cheating a woman out of her money. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,275, the cost of the car.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff sold her deceased husband's '69 Camaro to the defendant and still hasn't gotten paid in full. But the defendant says the plaintiff gave him a wonky title. It's the case of the Chevy Chase.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Jacqueline Fields, you are suing Joseph Allen for $430. You say he still owes you on the sale of a Camaro.
Yes.
You have a counterclaim against her for $3,275 for monies you say she owes you, such as the money you put into the car, the money you paid for the car, and money you paid for a title transfer. All right, let me hear from you first. What's going on?
On September 27, 2014, I sold Mr. Allen my husband's car. It was a orange Camaro.
What year?
It was 69.5 70 Camaro.
How much did you sell it to him for?
The original price was supposed to be $15,000 until we got to the title place. Then he said he could not afford it. It got down to $500.
But if you were asking 15, why would you accept 5?
Well, because he gave me a whole bunch of excuses saying it wasn't worth it. He had to do all this work.
Well, why don't you just find another buyer?
For the sole fact that it was hot. With
was
my
hot?
MS, it was hot that time.
Wait a minute, where are you from? Philadelphia? You don't know hot, all right? I'm from Miami, okay? You did nothing because it's hot, all right? So what happened? You just kind of decided it wasn't worth it?
No.
Were you paying to store the thing?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so you're out every month, how much?
$60 was for the garage.
So according to you, you sell it for $500. And what does he pay you then?
He paid me $70.
Okay, and is there a receipt for the transaction? Is there anything? Okay. And then what happens?
Then he stated that he would pay me the remaining. Once I got the title, I could not find the original title due to the fact that my husband's files were all in disarray. He said he would pay me the rest of the money once I got the title with the remaining balance of the $430.
$430. Okay.
Right. And then an additional $500 once the car was sold in November. He agreed the car would be done by November. And that's what he signed the paper.
All right, so what have we got? Okay, I, Joe Allen, will pay Jacqueline M. Fields $5,000 when we sign over title. Why is that written ever? That was never, $5,000 was never a figure. It was either $15,000 and then it became $500. So why is there ever something saying $5,000?
Because before we signed that, he took me outside and said he could not afford that amount of money. All he could afford was the $500.
Okay, but then he didn't cross out this and you didn't cross out this, the first paragraph that says I will pay $5,000. You're telling me that the negotiation resulted in $500.
Correct.
Instead, what I'm seeing is a contract that says he's going to pay $5,000 and then another $500. You understand what I'm saying? That's what this says. That's why I'm trying to figure out what this is.
I didn't even think about the $5,000, to be honest. It was a $500.
All right, so according to this, he paid $70.
Correct, that's what he paid me.
According to you, you paid $600 at the site of the sale?
At the
so
site
why
of the
are you
sale.
signing something that says that you're going to owe $5,000 when she gives you the title and $500 more on November 30th? Why is that what you're signing?
That signature is my signature. I don't believe that is my receipt at all.
Why did you sign this if you're saying this wasn't there?
That wasn't there.
Right. So what did you do? Sign a blank paper?
There was something else I signed saying that if I got the car running correctly and got it restored and made money on it, that I would give
no
her.
risk to you whatsoever. You just get a 1969 and a half Camaro and you get to play with it and you don't have to pay anybody anything.
No, I paid.
Was
what
that
I
the
thought-
deal?
No, the car was pretty beat up. I had to buy a lot of different parts.
I don't care. Don't buy it. But what did you pay? According to you, you paid $600. Do you have a receipt for the $600?
No, I paid
Do you have a
for it.
canceled check?
Not at all.
Okay.
I paid cash. That's the other part.
Where's your receipt then? Because cash shouldn't leave this hand without a receipt going into this hand.
Absolutely, I don't have one.
Okay. So according to you, all he paid was $70.
Correct.
All right. And then what? Then he just gave you the runaround from then on after?
Every time I spoke to him, he either had his apartment broken into or his heater was broken or he was having illnesses or he just had one problem after another. And then at that point, when I did try to reach him, I couldn't get in touch with him. And then I had the lawyer send a letter.
So in 2017, you had the lawyer send a letter to him.
Correct.
And in that letter, it says, you owe XYZ. It says the whole story. What happened when the lawyer sent you the letter?
That's not true.
What's not true?
The lawyer sending me a letter or anything like that. Me
Okay, so
getting
wait, hold on,
sicknesses.
so that I understand you. Are you saying you never received a letter from a
Never
lawyer?
received the letter.
Okay, so you have a copy of the letter that the lawyer sent. Let's see what the address is. What's the address you were living at in 2017?
4413.
Yeah, 4413?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's where it was sent to. So the lawyers are liars too?
I never got the letter, that's all I'm saying.
Okay. You never got the letter. You didn't agree to pay any more money. And according to you, you are now counterclaiming against Ms. Fields $600, the amount you paid for the car that you can't prove you paid, $175 for a title transfer, and $2,500 for the amount you've spent on the car. Explain why you're counterclaiming.
Fenders and
No, but why would she have to pay you that? That's
I'm
what I'm
willing to give her the car back. I don't even have the original. I don't have the title to the car. The title to the car isn't even. I never checked the VIN number.
Okay, but when you checked the VIN number, what did you discover?
I discovered that it wasn't the title to the car.
So are you saying she gave you a title, but it was to a different car?
Yes, it was.
Okay, do you have that title?
It was. I just have a couple pictures and yeah, just of the title.
Do you still have the Camaro?
No, I gave it to somebody because it was. I couldn't do nothing
Okay, so
with
why are you saying I'm willing to give her the car back?
Because I can get the car back. The guy really wants the title. He wants to do what I wanted to do to it. The work was just
Okay, so this is a picture of the VIN,
yeah, and that's a picture of a title.
and according to you, this is not the correct title?
No, that is not the correct title to that car.
I'm gonna run this and find out where this VIN comes back to.
All right. 69 Camaro. Awesome or a pain in the butt?
Total pain in the butt. It's 50 years old.
Has anybody seen what a beautiful car this is?
I have not, but I think it'd be awesome to own, terrible to drive.
Okay, actually, fair point. Going inside the courtroom.
So after a little digging, let me tell you what I know and what I don't know. He took a picture of what he says is the VIN on the car. What I don't know is if that's legitimately a picture of the VIN. But I do know this. The title that you gave him with the VIN that's on it doesn't come back to a Camaro. It comes back to a Malibu. So there is something wrong, okay? Now, all these years have passed. According to you, you realized the problem 4 years into it or something.
Yes.
How many years have
Correct,
passed?
4
Right.
years later.
Now, there is a way to solve that with DMV. I don't know what it will cost to solve that, but there is a way to solve that. So here's how I'm going to rule. First of all, I find that the defendant who cannot prove he paid you $600, the document says he paid you $70, the letter from a lawyer that I know was sent to him says that he still owes the money. I find that he owes you $430 for the car. But I'm going to give the defendant 30 days to figure out and apply for good title to the car because he's entitled to that, okay? That's going to happen with your cooperation because that's the only missing piece here would be her cooperation in order for you to get it done. And from that $430, I'm going to deduct what it takes to get it done. And by what it takes, I mean the fee to get it done. Not gas, not mileage, not a lawyer, not anything else. Just the fee. So 30 days should be plenty of time because apparently in 4 years you didn't get it done. If you do not have proof of what you paid to get the good title so that it can be deducted, by 30 days, I'm just going to assume that it was good enough for you the way it is. Is that fair? So you get what you want and you get what you want and what you're entitled to. So that's the only way that my clever little mind can think of to make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do. Everybody's got it? Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the defendant was able to supply the plaintiff with good title, so the case is closed. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, Google 69 Chevys. They are awesome.